Prepare to explore. Get out of the city and into an adventure that moves the whole family. Prepare to be moved. The all-new Nissan X-Trail.
On air, online, and on your smart speaker. Get that feeling.
30blueonline.com. Men's and ladies, shop now.
SAFM News Briefing.
Hi, it's Dan Flake here with the latest. The PM's confirmed the Quad leaders meeting's not going ahead in Sydney next week. We learned earlier US President Joe Biden was no longer attending as he's working through dramas in the States, getting Congress there to agree to lift the country's debt ceiling. Anthony Albanese says he will meet up with leaders of Japan, India and the US at the upcoming G7 meeting instead.
The Quad leaders meeting will not be going ahead in Sydney next week. We, though, will be having that discussion between Quad leaders in Japan.
A warning, some may find this next story distressing. Several primary school kids have suffered significant injuries after their bus collided with a truck in Melbourne. That includes amputations and crushed limbs following yesterday's crash in the city's west. Bernadette McDonald from the Royal Children's Hospitals provided an update.
We admitted 7 patients. One of those patients is in our intensive care unit at the moment. The ages of the children range from 5 to 11 years. The children have suffered multiple and traumatic injuries.
There's been a bid launched by a Queensland Rugby League club today to become the 18th to join the NRL. Brisbane Tigers won in, announcing plans during the opening of a new $10 million stadium. The club believes they could be ready by 2026. The latest on wage growth across the country is in. There's been a rise of 0.8% over the March quarter and 3.7% annually. General consensus is that higher quarterly numbers may have forced the RBA into another cash rate hike. And Jetstar's introducing changes to its check-in and boarding times from next Tuesday.
After this, there is no turning back. You sip the red can, the story ends. You sip the black can, you enter dreamland. And I show you just how good the truth can taste. Max Taste Challenge.
Brad Scott says Essendon won't entertain letting star free agent Darcy Parish leave the club at season's end. The Bombers coach remaining bullish on their chances of keeping the midfielder if the club can provide him the right environment. Despite talk, they may let him go to top up their defence.
I have confidence that if we can do that really well, then Darcy will want to stay. But in terms of us wanting to keep Darcy, there's no scenario in which we would trade him.
Still on footy, and the AFL Commission will meet this afternoon where they're expected to announce this year's grand final will retain its day start time.
Buying or selling rural or residential properties? Miller, Wan and John. This is SAFM weather.
14 with a shower or 2 for the rest of the day across the Limestone coast. Tomorrow, much the same, top of 15 and similar on Friday. The Science Briefing podcast is your go-to for the latest research in tech, health, AI, space and more. New episodes weekly on the Listener app.